Mac and cheese with 3 different cheeses, some little smoky sausages, a little bit of broccoli. Ooh, and that pretzel panko. Yeah, let's go. All right, first, we're gonna heat up a pan and throw you about half a stick of butter in there. You don't want your pan too hot because you don't want to burn the butter. You just want to melt it. You don't want it too low because it'll take forever. You don't want it too hot because you don't want to burn that butter. But get the butter nice and melted up. And then you're going to throw in about 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, and you're going to whisk it around and break up all the clumps. And you're going to continuously do this because if you let it sit, you can either burn the flour or you'll get clumps, and you don't want clumps. Salt and pepper it. And then you're going to add in 4 cups of milk. I'm using whole milk. You can use whatever milk you want. Whole milk works the best because it just makes it more rich. It also makes it a lot heavier. And you're going to continue to stir this. You don't want to stop stirring it. That's how your sauce breaks. You just continuously stir this until you bring it up to a boil or like a simmer, and then it'll thicken up. And you'll feel it as you're stirring it with the whisk. And once it gets to the proper thickness, you're then going to grab your cheese. See how it's bubbling? That's when you add your cheese. Now I'm using 1/2 pound of cheddar, 1/2 pound of Swiss. You can use whatever you want, but generally speaking, cheddar and Swiss, those are like the classic mac and cheese flavors, you know. Like sometimes I've used Gouda, and instead of Swiss, you could use Gruyere if you want. Makes it a little more rich, a little more nutty. You're going to continuously stir that around with the heat off. Turn the heat off after the milk starts to bubble. Because you use the residual heat to melt the cheese. And you're going to whip that around until it is fully melted. And then you're going to take some of your cream cheese. Now I'm using Chipotle cream cheese to give it an extra little kick. Let me tell you. You can't really taste too much of the Chipotle, but and it's not spicy at all. It just adds an awesome flavor. There's nothing like a Chipotle. Ooh, primo, let me tell you. But you can use plain whipped cream or cream cheese if you want. You can use another flavor if you want. There's plenty of those flavored cream cheeses. But whip that around, get it nice and whipped up, give it a taste, make sure it's salted and peppered to your liking. Now, want it to cool off a little bit, and then take 2 beaten eggs and whisk that into your sauce. Now, you don't want the sauce to be piping hot. That's why you turn the gas off, turn the heat off. And the cheese will bring it down a little bit. It doesn't have to be room temperature, but cooled off enough to where it doesn't cook your eggs. They'll cook later in the oven. Once you have them whisked around, then you can add your noodles. Now, I'm using the tricolor rotini, which is a mix of regular noodles, a spinach, and a tomato. You can't taste spinach or tomato. It's just a great way to have some vegetables in there. And I also added, you can't see it, well, there's your sausage, but there's also some broccoli that I added in there with the noodles. So I got the little smokies in there, mixed it all up, dump it in your baking pan. The eggs are gonna make it thicken up a little bit. If you want, you can add a little more flour in the beginning. Not now, but in the beginning when you cooked it, and it'll make it a little more thicker. I just like mine a little bit runny. Now I put Parmesan cheese on the top of mine. You can put more cheddar if you want. That's up to you. Put whatever cheese you want on top. And then, the very special part, Kinder's Panko Pretzel. It's a pretzel panko crumbs. And let me tell you, it is so good. I put this stuff on everything. I put it in my coffee. For real though, it is really good.
Right, and 25 minutes-ish should be enough. 25 minutes at 375-ish, and then it comes out looking like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, look at that deliciousness. Oh my god, yeah. Oh.
Well, I appreciate you watching, and if you'd like, you can click on that QR code with your phone, scan it with your phone, and you could leave us a little donation if you'd like. We do all this for free. You don't have to. It would just be a nice gesture. Thanks for watching.